Pray our Father helps us.
We pray our Father helps us.
So many feel so helpless.
So many feel so helpless.
Pray our Father helps us.
Pray our Father helps us.
We need Him right now. We need
Alright, it's
Him
your
right
boy,
now.
Bon Shemayim. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be going over how to seal up food and prep food. And then I'm going to have a timestamp right after this that's going to let you know when I get into the Bible verse. That's going to also be pretty short today because it's mostly going to be about the food. And I'll have like a conclusion and with the Bible verse for sure. Thank you. All right, so today's video is going to be about prepping, and it's going to be about how to take dry ingredients and then and vacuum seal them into vacuum seal bags. In order to do it, you need I believe it's 4 things. Could be 5, but I believe it's 4 things. You need the ingredients, the bags, the oxygen absorbers, and then the sealer machine. Okay, so there we go. I'm not gonna this is gonna be done in clips. I'm definitely gonna show you the process, but I'm not gonna show you me doing all of this because I'm definitely trying to make this a shorter video. Now these vacuum sealer bags right here are the big ones. At first, I thought they were little, but they're not, but that's fine. They're pretty big. So that's pretty much what these are right here. These are those. That's how big it goes. And then the other bags are these in a row. I'm assuming based off of videos I've seen, I might have to see you when I take it out. We'll talk about it, but I'm assuming that these are going to be about this size. Not unfolded, but like that size. Unfolded, I mean exactly what I mean. Unfolded. So I think they're going to be about that size. And these are important because when you're storing, you want to be able to store it for as long as you can. And if you ever get any type of food or something, you normally find these in them. They're oxygen absorbers that allow you to store it for much, much longer. So, and then this is nothing special. It's just a basic sealer. Probably from, it's called Balia. So it might be from France or Ilia or Alu. I don't know how you even say that, but I don't know where. I got it from eBay. So I don't know what country it's from or anything like that. But what I do know is none of that normally matters as long as you read the reviews, and it's got pretty good reviews. Okay, so one of the first things I'm gonna do is take the beans, put it in this cup, measure them out, and see how many I get in one of these bags. So I'll know exactly how many bags it's gonna take, or roundabout how many bags it's gonna take to get rid of all of these beans. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm doing it. I had to put the camera down in order to do it with like this. So 1 cup. Measure it out in the bag. I'll be back to let you guys know exactly how many cups of this it's gonna take to fill up the bag. Uniquely, I'm just doing a real quick clip of this. These oxygen absorbers, 2 of these came in that package I showed you. You have to cut these off, then throw them in the food. This is one of the bags that I'm working on. And then after you throw them into the food, you have to reseal it back up using a machine. So just throwing that in as a note. All right, y'all, this is the actual little process I got set up for it. So we got this, dip in, And it takes 5 cups of these to fill up a bag. So dip this, make the cup, take it over here to the little bag, dump it in. And there we go. Dump it in. Oops. I know y'all missing me dumping it in on the camera. Here we go. I'm gonna try to get it this time. Here we go. Dump it in. Here we go. Dump it in. Yes, so one more to go. And last but not least, all right, dumped it in. There we go. Now after you do that, you would take it, lay it out, get it smoothened out, like this, of course. Just like that, like that, like that, like this, like that, like that, like that, like this, like that, like that. See? Then, oh man, you would take one of these right here, oxygen sealers. Throw it up in that thing, like so. You can push it down if you want, don't matter. Alright, then you get it lined up on the machine, just like that. And I'm gonna have to get back with you once I get the machine shut on. Alright, here we go, y'all. I don't know what happened, but got it up in here. So you hit the vacuum seal, and there it goes. It start going to work. Like I said last time, I had to hit the stop button and do the manual seal myself, but as you see this time, it did it itself. The manual seal light came on. Once that cut off, it's done. It's done and sealed. You have to pop these little side pieces to pop it loose. Boom. Completed package. I'm gonna come back to y'all and let y'all know how many of these I get at the end. All right, so this is the end result right here. That's what it comes up to. I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was out of a 10-pound bag and a little 1-pound bag of pinto beans. So that's what we get, and that was exactly how I set it up to run it. All right, y'all. So I'm back again, like I was saying, for the to finish off with the scripture. But I did want to throw one thing in. If you are going to use those oxygen sealers or oxygen absorbers, which I advise you to do, seal them immediately after you open them. Take whatever out you think you're going to use and then seal up the bag, because them things start to get hot if you leave them out. So that's just the FYI, based on the earlier part of what we were going over. Now, the reason I'm telling people to prep, because through this whole time I've been talking about what's coming. What's coming, what's coming, what's coming. I'm going to continue to talk about what's coming, but it seems like even with me saying that, people aren't thinking of the logical basic things, which is just to make sure you prep, to make sure you are prepared for whatever the next season may bring. We've had a very good season, y'all. The unemployment was going down. People were getting jobs. They were raising wages on jobs. We had a very good season for the last few years, and we're in the bad season now. All right, and I don't think this thing is going to spread out a whole bunch of years. So that's why this is like an emergency prep. Like, if you see this video and it touches your heart in any way, you should probably start prepping right now. Get you some food, get you some beans, some rice, some seasonings. We're going to have a video of rice coming up soon, of how to do the rice, how many cups are going in the bag, everything like that. Plus, I'm on to the next phase where I actually have to make these next bags, which I did end up making a bag for the oxygen savers. So we're going to go into a video of how to make your own bags by cutting them with the little bags that they give you in the rolls. So in order to go over this, being good in one season and preparing for the drought or the bad season that you may go through, the unfortunate season that you may go through, we're going to go into Genesis 41, and we're going to start at 25. And to make a long story short, I'm going to sum up what was happening before this. We should all kind of know, Joseph was sent to Egypt. Or he was, actually, they put him, his brothers tried to get rid of him. They wanted to kill him at first, and they tried to get rid of him. Then they sold him to some people who sold him to the Egyptians. Then he fled away from the wife who was trying to get, molest him, sexually abuse him, rape him, and he ended up going to jail. He had interpreted prophecies for people in the jail, which one told him that he would remember to bring it up to the king. And he didn't. He forgot. But then when they really needed it, he did remember and brought it up that it was a guy who could, who God would give them the ability to understand the dreams that you were having. And then he brought forward Joseph. Now this is right where we're at, is Pharaoh telling Joseph about this particular dream, which bothered him, which was about the famine. And well, it's going to get to the famine, but it was just a dream, and he didn't know what it was about. So he wanted to know from Joseph, and from Joseph, God, what is this about? All right. And it says, and Joseph said unto the Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. God hath showed Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good kine are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. And the dream is one. And the 7 thin and ill-flavored kine that came up after them are 7 years. And the 7 empty ears blasted with the east wind shall be 7 years of famine. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What God is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh. Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout all of the land of Egypt, and there shall rise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt. And the famine shall consume the land, and the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of the famine following, for it shall be very grievous. And for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice, it is because the thing is established by God, and God will shortly bring it to pass. All right, so that's pretty much what we were going to break down today, is that, see, God showed Pharaoh a dream. So when you watch people on the news, and I'm not saying all the news, because I don't trust the news, but there are some people who are worried, and they're going to use their scientific term. They're not going to use their godly, their godly understanding. They're going to use their scientific magic, right? So they're going to have a different way of explaining it. But there's been articles that have came out, and they said that the drought is here, right? Because of the locusts in Africa, the locusts in Asia, the locusts in India, the locusts now that are in South America and going through it, that could eventually be in America. And also the coronavirus, the slowing down of shipments. And now we have another thing added to it, the devaluing of our dollar, the falling of the American dollar, which seemed like that's happening too. And with all of these things, that should be a clear sign, like God was showing the Pharaoh, except he showed the Pharaoh via dream. He's showing us right here. So none of us can miss this. If we don't prepare, it will be our fault, because we had all the warning signs. Whether we don't want life to change or not, it doesn't mean it won't. Like, everybody should know we can't control what happens next. But you could be as prepared for what happens next as you can be. That's why uncles, fathers, mothers go hard on their children, because they want them to be prepared for whatever might present itself. They want them to be able to make the proper decisions and the good decisions and be prepared. And this is that on another level. So we have other videos coming. We're going to have videos about guns, because you should really stock up on guns, and what bullets and where to get bullets and everything during this time. And we're going to have scriptures in every video, like I said. So I thank everybody for tuning in, and praise God. And I hope that y'all take heed to this. You don't have to do this. Is not something, I'm not telling you to go buy $200 of beans and rice, but man, $10 every week, $20 every week could get you somewhere. So if we happen to go into a drought in November, December, you would be prepared for the drought. All right. So I thank you guys, and y'all have a blessed one. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you.
Pray our Father helps us.
Pray our Father helps
So
us.
many feel so helpless.
So many feel so helpless.
Pray our Father helps us.
Pray our Father helps us.
We need Him right now.